Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Raw. Since Raw is an English word and a Dutch word and a German word, I am Gorilla Monsoon, here with Aladdin and with Samoa Joe. And here on Moonday Night Raw, since Moon is a Latin borrowed word, we are going to have Holy Fellow Nicholas, Father Yule, whatever you want to call him, Santa Claus here. And Santa Claus has a word he's been telling folks all November and all December. Gorilla Monsoon says, and we might see the TWF heavyweight winner Drew McIntyre here. Well, we do know, Aladdin says, things haven't quite gone Divatox's way either, Aladdin says, giving to how her team beat Kurt Angle's team, which I was on, and having Jesus and Santa around hasn't made anything good for her. But at the end of the day, Santa Claus being around is a good thing, because that means Jesus Christ isn't too, Jesus the healer isn't too far away either. Well, you know, Aladdin, you are still the loser because Divatox's team lost, Samoa Joe says, and I do want to see how Santa Claus is going to deal with. You do know Gorilla Monsoon is a former two-time TWF 24/7 winner. He's a former TWF Allegheny Earldom winner too. Yeah, I do know that. And he needs to lose weight. Jeez. Is he fat? Would you stop? Would you be earnest? And here is Holy Fellow Nicholas, Father Yule. I want to wish everyone a happy Yule. Well, it's not actually Yule yet. Yule doesn't come until next month. I also want to wish everyone a happy gathering of lights, but that don't happen until next month. And Santa also wants to let everyone know that the true meaning of Yule is not me. I am nothing more than the onlooking underling, hireling and underling of God the King and Jesus the Kingling. You see, I work for God, King of Heaven, and Jesus, the Kingling of Heaven. I bring gifts the same way that when God bring Jesus to us 2,000 years ago as a gift. The same way the wise men and the shepherds gave Jesus gifts on his birthday. The same way God gave Jesus to us as a gift. The same way that we look God and love God and worship God, the same way we look and love and worship Jesus. A lot of folks think that I took Yule away from Jesus, but that's not true. I could not take Yule away from Jesus. It is his birthday. I am nothing more than the one who starts his birthday. I bring the happiness and glee that God and Jesus bring all over the world during this time. I am nothing more than just the underling of God and Jesus, and nothing more. I think everyone's about heard enough of your bullshit, Divatox says. Yeah, we're done with your shit. I can talk for myself, Algar. I don't need you. Alright, here's what I'm thinking, Santa. Or is that Holy Fellow Nicholas, or Scott Calvin, or Father Yule? You see, I know I've been on the bad list for years. That list that God and Jesus give you, all the good folks every year, to see how they're doing. But then, who's not to say, Santa, that you haven't flipped up or made any mistakes or mishaps? You're not flawless. But here's what I want. You see, I know that I know I'm never going to be on the good list. But here's what I want. Santa, I want you to make it where I don't have to deal with Astronema Corone, what the fuck her name is. Well, Santa is not a miracle maker. I am a gift giver. And yes, Divatox, I do know that you have been on the bad list for years. You have done things that wouldn't actually be seen as bad or wrong, but would be seen as sinful, wicked, unlawful. But then again, God and Jesus forgive those who do wrong, and I forgive those who do wrong. Like I want your forgiveness, Santa. Here's what I want. You know, you were going to wrestle Pete Dunne, but somehow, some shitty way, you didn't wrestle Pete Dunne. But I know for once in my life, you're going to wrestle Pete Dunne. Yeah, you're going to wrestle Pete Dunne. I'm telling you right now, I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a fighter. Well, that's too bad, Diva Talk says, since... No, that's not happening, Drew McIntyre goes. I don't care if you got off on the wrong side of the bed or what. You're not gonna make Santa Claus wrestle and fight. He's never been a wrestler. He's never been a bloody fighter. Alright? So you're gonna have Pete Dunne. And Pete, you should truly be ashamed of yourself for lowering yourself down to wrestle Santa Claus. When you already have a hang-up with Ronda Rousey, right? So, that's what you're gonna do, right? Diva Talks. You're gonna have this ugly son of a bitch. You're gonna have him wrestle Santa. That is sad. Look, you gotta forgive me, God and Jesus, for what I said. Forgive me too, Santa. But look, that's so fucked up. And I get it. Wrestling businesses have done it over the years. But do you think that this Santa doll was made to be wrestled with? Unlike this ugly fuckhead right here, he can be bloody fought. Or you, Diva Talks. Or even you, Elgar. So, here's the... Oh, okay, Drew McIntyre. You fucked up a good fight last week. A good match last week. Yeah. And we do gotta hang up. Pete Dunne does gotta hang up with you. But his hang up is more with the Ronda Rousey bullshit. So the way I look at it is that today you and Santa Claus, here a good team right here. Santa Claus and Drew McIntyre meeting Pete Dunne and Elgar. But I thought it should be you. I tell you, I'm not a wrestler, I'm not a fighter. I mean, what kind of fucked up shit is that? Gorilla Monsoon says, Pete Dunne and Elgar are now going to meet Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus here on Monday Night Raw. A Moonday Night Underdone, Gorilla Monsoon says. Give me a break. You're right, Aladdin says, Gorilla Monsoon. I truly think this is some kind of shameful thing. This is just Diva Talks. It's just the grounds to why she is a bad overseer, a bad Ford woman, whatever you want to call her. Oh, I do understand that we're going to hear from someone else before the show's done here. Ding. Oh, and I've also forgot to say, Diva Talk says, since I forgot to say something, Diva Talk says, oh, by the way, Drew McIntyre, your heavyweight winnings is on the line. Leva Badiva. You gotta like that, Gorilla Monsoon. You gotta like Diva Talk saying Leva Badiva, Samoa Joe said. Maybe Santa Claus will work off some of that unneeded pounds, you know? Would you be, Ernest? Would you stop, Gorilla Monsoon, says Samoa Joe. It's just sad. Santa Claus has never been a true wrestler or a true fighter. There have been many wrestlers who have gone as Santa Claus over the years in WCW and WWF and WE and TNAW and AEW and NWA and AMCWC, you know, and WCW, CW, you know. but never the true Santa Claus wrestling in a wrestling fight. Well, and now this is for the TWF World TWF Heavyweight winnings. First, the first team of Pete Dunne and Algar, and the TWF Heavyweight winner Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus. Ding-ding-ding. Well, Randy Orton's gone, Girl Monsoon says, after he took his loss to Randy Orton. Oh! And he just Claymore kicked it down. Pete Dunne real truly fast here. Algar coming in, and Santa Claus just nailed Algar down. It's done. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner. And still the TWF Heavyweight winner. Drew, here are your winners. The TWF Heavyweight winner, Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus. Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus have won their first team fight here on Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Raw, Girl Monsoon says. That's shameful, Pete Dunne says. That is truly sad. That's sad, Samoa Joe says. It is that Pete Dunne and Algar lost to Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus. I can't believe that. That is just sad. Well, Aladdin says, I'm happy that Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus beat Pete Dunne and Algar here. You know, Pete Dunne, Algar, they're both on the bad list. You know, and they want to behave like creeps. Then that's what happens to creeps. Aladdin says, you're right about that, Girl Monsoon says. I do know another man who has been behaving like a creep lately, and that other man would be Aleister Black from the Netherlands, Girl Monsoon says, where they speak Dutch. Yeah, the only land I know of where they actually speak Dutch. You know, Aladdin said there might be other lands that speak it, but that's the land we're kind of offshooted from. Well, you kind of read about that one, you know. They got those windmills and all that stuff going, but we're not here talking about the Netherlands or anything like that. We're going to talk about Aleister Black, Samoa Joe says. Alright, Bray Wyatt. I'm daring you to come out and do some bullshit thing to me. You know, I guess you couldn't get your hands on The Undertaker, right? So you picked the next man to fuck with. Well, you don't fuck. You don't fuck with Aleister Black. I'm gonna kick your head in. And I don't care if you're a former 2-time World Heavyweight winner, WWE Heavyweight winner, WWE Raw Team winner, WWE SmackDown Team winner, and WWE. I don't care. What I do care about is breaking in your head and kicking it in. So come out here, Fiend Bray Wyatt, or Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt, or any one of the many Bray Wyatt offshoots you have, or South Hoods. And you can, and if you think I'm frightened, if you think that I'm frightened of Luke Harper and Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan and Braun Strowman and Randy Orton and Matt Hardy, they all walked off on you. All you got is Alexa Bliss. I forgot to laugh, Aleister Black. That's true. Bray Wyatt doesn't have Luke Harper and Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan and Braun Strowman and Randy Orton and Matt Hardy anymore. He got me, Alexa Bliss says. And we're working on it, and we're seeking to come up with new followers. Ha ha ha! You need help, Aleister Black says. You need to go to Jack Mindhammer and get your brain looked at. Alright? I I'm talking to the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And I'll tell you right now, I don't give two shits of how things go. He's right behind you, you know. You don't have to look for the Fiend. The Fiend will seek you, Aleister. Oh, the Fiend Bray Wyatt putting his fingers down the mouth of Aleister Black again, Gorilla Monsoon says. He's attacking, he's striking, he's hitting Aleister Black. The man from the Neverlands, Gorilla Monsoon said. You're right, Aladdin said. The Fiend Bray Wyatt has struck again on Aleister Black, Aladdin said, taking him down here. Well, Samoa Joe says, someone better do something, or Aleister Black's gonna go biddy bye, go night night, like I would say, Samoa Joe said. But then the Fiend is a weakling. He can only strike you from behind and do witchcraft to you. You know. Let me in. Well, we just heard from the Fiend Bray Wyatt, or actually saw from the Fiend Bray Wyatt, beating up on Aleister Black here on Monday Night Raw, Gorilla Monsoon says. And I understand that Michael Cole is going to be talking with Diva Talks here about her goal. You know, it didn't quite work very well with Aleister Black. Oh, I mean with Drew McIntyre and Santa Claus, Samoa Joe says. Yeah, Aladdin said, I think that was a mistake, because I believe Michael Cole is going to be talking with Drew McIntyre, the TWF heavyweight winner. Oh, Samoa Joe says, one weakling to another, right? When we talking with him, huh? And he want to fight with the help of Santa Claus. But first, before we go, before that, we have to have a business-wise onlook, bought for by the following. Business-wise onlook, bought for by the following. Coca-Cola is now Fleethurst free, the offshoot from Coca-Cola Clean. If you want the same kind of Coca-Cola, but don't want no Fleethurst in it, and you don't want the clean one, then go to Coca-Cola Nothing Fleethurst. Thank you. Well, alright, Gorilla Monsoon. I'm gonna be talking with Drew McIntyre here on Monday Night Raw, or Moonday Night Underdone, or Moonday Night Raw. Well, Drew McIntyre, you stood up for Santa Claus. You do know your up-to-date doll is out now. It don't care if my doll's up-to-date or not. It's the same Drew McIntyre. First off, I saw the shit that Diva Talks was doing, how she wanted Pete Dunne to fight Santa Claus when Santa Claus is not a wrestler and he's not a fighter. Diva Talks should be ashamed of herself. I tell you right now, Michael Cole, I Claymore kick Pete Dunne, who he may be the former WWE NXT Wanted Kingdom winner and a former WWE NXT team winner, but in my book, he's a chunk of clutter for the way he behaves and the things that he does. You know, that fuckhead Randy Orton is bloody gone now, but now I got new creeps to deal with, like Pete Dunne. I tell you what, Pete Dunne, I don't know how things were done and done on NXT, or I don't know how things were done in NXT UK, but I tell you how things are done here on the TWF, and they ain't done the same way you do them in WWE though. So you better hope one day when you don't go from NXT UK to NXT to Raw, and I Claymore kick your head off, you'll know why, because of the shit you did in the TWF. Well, I do know one thing, Drew McIntyre. Some folks are going to scathe you and Santa Claus being a team. Let them scathe all they want. The ones that truly should be scathed for the way they behave is Diva Talks and Pete Dunne, Michael Cole. I just did what is right. Well, that was my talk with Drew McIntyre back to you, Gorilla Monsoon. Well, thank you for talking. Thank you for talking of Drew McIntyre. Michael Cole, Gorilla Monsoon says, yeah, that was kind of you. Aladdin said, I don't know how kind it was. I don't know how on-looking it was, Samoa Joe. So bad to be done. I understand before we go, we're going to have another Firefly Funhouse. We are happy that you're friends, and this is a friendship that will never ever end. Hi everyone! It's me, Bray Wyatt, and Thanksgiving Day is coming up, the Wanted Reichs one. Not the one in Canada that happened in October on Monday, and not the one that happened in Guatemala in October. Talking about the one where all those folks offshooted from. You know, a lot of folks seem to think that Thanksgiving is all about eating, but it's not. It's about being thankful for all the things you have. But you should always be thankful for everything you have all year round, not just on one Thursday one Thursday in November of a year. But you see, the old world Englanders who came to the New World didn't have nothing. And the inlanders helped them out. And being so grateful for that, they had a feast, a gathering. But I believe it went on for about 3 days, more than the actual day follows. No one knows if it's true or not. And folks gave the Thanksgiving holiday for, onlooking outsiders coming to a new land and bringing and doing good and then things going wrong. But you can't, but if you don't like Thanksgiving Day, I don't know what to tell you. Well, if you're one of those folks out there that don't like Thanksgiving Day, either the one done in the settled lands, or the one that's settled land, or the one that's done in the Wanted Reichs, then I don't know what to tell you. You must be a shithead. Alexa, we can't call folks shitheads, that's unkind. But that's what they are, Bray. They're shitheads. How dare they scathe Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day? If you're going to scathe the Wanted Reichs for having Thanksgiving Day, you need to scathe the settled land for having a Thanksgiving Day, or every other land for having one. But what do I know? I gotta see Jack Minehammer. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, Aleister Black, the Fiend wants you to be thankful this Thanksgiving. Thankful you didn't get yourself slain. Oh, by the way, bye. We're so happy that we're friends, and this is a friendship that will never ever end. Well, it looks like it's all the time we got here for TWF Monday Night Raw or Moonday Night Raw for Gorilla Monsoon. I'm for Aladdin Samoa Joe. We hope you like Monday Night Raw or Moonday Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow.